We do this all the time. If we don't do it, we don't get anywhere near as many sales. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to talk about one of the key steps in our business that gets us a majority of our sales, and that is sending out offers to watchers. Now, there's a little more to it than just randomly sending out those offers. We're going to hop over now and dive into it. So we're in my hub. I always recommend, if you're doing best offer, that you send offers to watchers whenever you have the opportunity. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have offers. I don't get all those opportunities to send offers out. I do the sales and markdown like I showed in yesterday's video, and I'll have a link right up here to that video. And I show you how to get those offers coming in, or the opportunity to send offers to watchers, I should say. Running a small sales and markdown, even if it's only 5 or 10%, can get you a ton more opportunities to send them out. Just overnight from me starting it, we've run close to 200. Now, I've sent out 158 already this morning. I still have 38 more to go that I need to send out as well. Now, I do this, as I said, all day long. If somebody's here, I'm out or anywhere, I'm constantly looking. It's about one of the only few things I use my cell phone for other than looking up or emergency issues or something like that. Normally, I don't mess with the cell phone for any of my apps at all, for eBay or anything. It's just so much easier for somebody to do it here and do it quickly. But the phone app does have the opportunity to send offers to watchers. There are some glitches. Sometimes it won't let me do it and things like that. But I've just clicked here, send offers eligible. Now, I know a lot of people will come in here and just 10% off or whatever the case may be. We do them here one by one, because each price we send out varies by how long the item's online, what the true value is. Sometimes we go back and look up, research the recent sales of them and things like that. So there's more factors than just sending out a 10%. In some cases, like this item here, it's been up for a little while. It was originally $45. It's down to $33.75. If I want to get a little action, I need to have that first digit of this one here as a perceived value to be in the 2 range. So a $29.50 would be my counter. So it looks like it's close to half off from a perceived value based on the initial list price of $45. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to send out $29.99. Now, I used to go ahead and post something in the messages here. I don't think people read those that much. In some cases, if somebody sends me an offer and I'm sending them a counter offer, I always try to put something in on why my counter offer is just and why I think it's a fair and honest offer. That would be your best bet on that. Again, if you want to put something in here when you're sending this out, hey, for a limited time, we're marking this down. You may be interested in it at this price or something along that line. There's nothing wrong with that. We've done that in the past too. But out of simplicity and it's kind of iffy in some categories whether people even read that. I don't mess with it too much anymore. Anything that we can do to speed up the process of getting stuff like this done is what we do. I know you can send them. I could click here and send offers all together and knock off so much percentage and all that stuff. But again, I don't like to do that anymore these days. I really think that popping someone in here, popping a specific one per item does the best trick. I can maximize my potential and profits, my ROI, by sitting here and playing with these to the best of my abilities. Now this one I'm just going to put $12.99. It was $14.39. So it's dropping it down. It looks to be at perceived value again, $2 basically cheaper from the perceived value aspect. It's already on sale. I already know the value of this item. We've sold several of these too already, so I'm in my range right here still. One other thing too, when you have offers that you can send out, when you're eligible to send out offers to watchers and you don't take advantage of them, they will go away. If you don't send offers to watchers and there's other people sending those same people offers because they're watching other items on some other seller's account, you could lose that opportunity. Every person out there, every potential buyer only is able to be sent so many offers to watchers by everybody. Anybody on eBay, they have a limit each one is bombarded with so that you don't aggravate people. They don't get a ton of them. In some cases, when you see that there's 9 people watching an item and you're only able to send 1 offer out or 2 or 3, again, that's because people are limited. Just because they watch it doesn't mean they have any available options to get a offer from you. So Now this next item, a Venezuela Army button here. It's an early vintage one. It's been up for a little while. I can tell by the number right here. Now one other thing I hear a lot on is ending in self-similar. You lose the history of how long the item's been online. For us, that's not the case. I might lose eBay's dated information that says, hey, from there, but I have all of my bin location, my location number of the physical item is in the titles these days. So by just simply looking at that, I know every one of these items I'm looking at here when they were put up. I can easily go back and see who even listed them in some cases, even by the number itself. The T at the end there is for one of my sons, so I can tell all these items there were done that way. So again, having other information in your title, this is a good reason why I have that information in my title. I just wanted to address that because a lot of people ask that question or complain that, hey, I'm losing my list date on eBay when I end in sell similar. Well, ending in sell similar and then running sales gets you these opportunities to get offers to watchers. If you can negate the fact that you're losing that date by having other information in your listing, you'll be a little better off, in my opinion. So just FYI, that's what I do, trying to address that question for many people who have asked that. Now let's go ahead and send this one. I'm going to send $24.50 on this one. I've sold quite a few. Probably only have a few of those left. When we list things, I try to list like items at the same time. So somebody may buy 20 different items all in the same category niche area together because I listed them at the same time. Collectors collect, so if you list a lot of items in the same categories, you're going to get a lot of them sold together. That's why if you sell in niches and collectible fields, you'll have multi-item purchases from one single buyer. One guy, one girl may buy 10, 15 items over a couple-week time frame. So anyway, now this is one that I've had offers on in the past. I know this card fairly well, so we're going to do $25.99, $2 off, and we'll let it go at that. So when you're doing offers to watchers, to pay attention to the value of the offer. If, let's say, you're running a sale, here's an item that I've got on sale. $75 list price, it's a railroad line, Chicago, Peoria, and St. Paul Railroad. And then the sale price is $60. So if I'm going to send out an offer, $59 isn't going to cut it. I know the value of the item. My pricing structure at $75 is 3x what I want to get out of it. So I could theoretically come in and I'll do a $49.99 sale. So it'll be perceived to be well below what the list price is, as well as well below what my sale price is. I've got more of these too, so it's not like a one-off item. If I sell this one, I can always add another one into the fold here. This one here, I can tell who listed it as well. This one was listed by my other son. So lots of the stuff you can put into your listings as well can help you identify other factors of your business without having to research or check on this or check on that. It's always far easier to have this in your title for me than it is to do anything else with the numbers. If I have to look at a custom SKU, I have to individually look at each item to figure out those dates. This way I can just go look here and boom, I know how long ago these specific items were listed. So anyway, we're going to send this one out as well. Now what you also will notice is if you send these out all the time, you'll come back and there'll be more there. The more you send out, it seems the more opportunity you will have to send even more out. If you just let these hang here, sometimes the numbers can rise, but in other times, depending on the buyer, potential buyers, you can lose those. So if you start off the morning with 30 of them, you don't go back and check them, you could come back 4 or 5 hours later and only have 15 that you can send out. Again, because other people are fighting to send these out as well. People talk about the race to the bottom. This is the race to get the offers out before somebody else does. That's my take on it. That's why we do it as frequently as we can humanly possibly do. Sending out offers to watchers works pretty much all the time we do it. I may not sell all of them, of course. I may not even sell 25% of them. But 25% is a considerable amount. If I have 40 of these, which is almost what we have, I should sell 10 of them just from sending these offers out. And we're talking me sending out offers in a 10 or 15 minute time span to get all these offers out. So for 10 or 15 minutes of my work, I've sold potentially 10 more items on the low end. Now, the opportunities, too, to send some to specific items like this large group similarly from the same areas. You can see the numbers in here. They're all similar or from the same list time frame. These are items that we ended and sold similar. So that as well helps. So we're getting double duty by ending and sell similar as well as going sales and markdown. And that allows me to get even more out. So if you do it right, you can get some big buku opportunities to send these out. Now, I have down to 32 items we have here, $1,270, but I actually have quantity of 60. So even though there's only opportunity to send 32 more out, that's 60 different items. People could buy more than one. So that's always a big plus too. You can check the quantity. You can see some of them. Here's 3. There's 2. This one has 7, 3, 8, 3. So there's a lot of items for some of these. And that's a plus. So if I've got a bunch of them, and I've got like 5 or 6 watchers, I may sell 2 or 3 of those to 2 or 3 different people at the very same time. So that's a big plus on this. Now, I don't even always look at the watcher count. I don't really care about that half the time. Sometimes it'll be a higher number. Sometimes it won't. I don't worry about the amount of watchers. I never even look at my views, my watchers at all here on eBay. I don't spend the time on doing that. I feel far better just worrying about what I can send out and investing the rest of my time into listing new stuff or, pricing or figuring out a new sourcing venue or sorting and cataloging, whatever the case may be. I know it might matter to some folks, but as long as I have a set amount of sales coming in a day, I don't care what the watchers are. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. If I have 1,000,000 watchers, but I'm only able to sell 100 items no matter what I do, what's the million mean? It means nothing. Let's just do a couple more here. Now, this one is Chicago, Peoria, and St. Louis Railroad. Again, $125 list price. $87.50 is what I've got the discount on, the sale. So let's think of it from the start point. It was $125. I knocked off, I think that would be 30%. I can still knock off another 5 or 10% if I wanted to. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to do it at $75 straight out. It looks conceivably lower. It's well lower than the original list price. It's $50 off. So it's 40% discount at this price here. So that's how I look at it. That's a perceived value. They're going to see it's $125. They're going to see I'm giving them a better offer. Hopefully they're interested enough to snap on it at $75. Now here's another one. This one was just listed not too long ago. So I'm not going to go too far on this button also. We're just going to give this one just a little peck right there, $38.50. And in some cases, as you see here, you have to lower it a certain amount. So I'll go ahead and just do it at the bare bones minimum that I have to do to get a discount out here. Now this is a button here. This is a fancy dress button from a hunting uniform, hunting coat, cape, or something along that line from the 1840s and 50s. I have literally nothing into it. This is from several massive purchases that we made. We've already got all of our money back on the items. This item alone, I do at least right now around $2,500 a month in these types of items, these buttons, just in the buttons too. So I have no concerns on dropping the price a little bit to make some more sales. Sales roll in when we do this. So if you keep at this, you hammer at this at least 3 or 4 times a day, you should be able to get some more sales coming in. Again, it may vary depending on how much quantity of items you have up. If you don't have a ton of items up, you may not be able to send a ton of these out. Now, I have a counter offer here as well. Let's just see if it's from one of the items that I just sent. Yes, and this is one of the items I just sent this one out here. Now, that's another question that I have. Do you allow counter offers when you send offers to watchers? Yes. Yes, I do. I don't go, though, below a certain amount. Again, I price 3X. I want to get at least 1X out of my item. So if I've got a $30 list price, I want to get at least $10 or more out of the item. Not every item follows that scheme, but a large chunk of them are. So here's just a perfect example. In that few moments, I sent out just a handful, 8 or 9. I already got a counter on one of those I sent out. So you never know on opportunities on these, but they always give us something back every single time I do it. My time is well spent every single minute of the day when I send out offers to watchers. It's one of the few labor costs that is always worth it for us. Always, 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 always. If you're not worrying about this, you're really losing some opportunity. Again, if you don't have that opportunity to send them out, run a 5% to 10% off sale. Price effectively where you have some playroom in there, where you can adjust the prices in issues like this. It's the only way to play the game. So just keep that in mind. Use this aggressively, and you can get some more sales. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.